Hey there! Well, my grand tour elicited some responses from my vassals. Most of them didn't respond. One or two of them responded, though. And one in particular was very displeased. Queefin. He didn't like how I represented him, and also he was quite dissatisfied with the lack of teamwork in the nation, and he also was dissatisfied by how I was not representing him accurately and not conveying well enough how he's playing the game quite a bit more efficiently than the other players. I did not focus on how his stockpiles were empty, how he was using his resources. Okay, I'm sorry. I should have done that, I suppose. Then again, can a lack of something positive really be honestly interpreted as something negative itself? Whatever. Anyway, aside from that, I felt like I should say that because I think he'll watch this at some point. Things have been going pretty well. I got 2 more vassals, namely this guy, Nolman Greytusk, who is actually on the Discord server known as, who is he? The Scottish Dwarf, that's it. The Scottish Dwarf, and then Frostnix is this guy. Frostnix spawned here, and I told him to wait until I had surveyed this area because he's a new player, so he didn't know what resources he would need. So I told him, wait until I've surveyed the area so that I can tell you which tile is the best one for you. And so I did that, and I sent him the resource map, and I told him to settle either here or here, and he didn't. He settled over here, which means he doesn't have the resources that he needs to advance. He doesn't have any hunting spots. And I hope that does not mean he will become frustrated and quit the game, because that's the opposite of what I want. I want my vassals to be active and trading with each other and having fun. That's the whole point, because there's no way, really, I think, that we'll ever actually win, that anybody will ever win this server. This server's, the victory conditions just aren't really feasible anymore. But we can at least just mess around and have fun until the server ends somehow. Until the server's probably shut down by Raunchy Pork. But if my vassals aren't having fun, then things are a bit hampered, that's the word. Anyway, also, Baudrillard is still inactive, and I'm pretty sure he won't come back. He hasn't responded to any more of my messages. I'm not sure why he just stopped, but he just stopped. Also, Donakulda still is gone. I don't know what the problem is, but Donakulda just sort of vanished, and that's that, I guess. But anyway, I researched many of those technologies, as you can see here, that I was given by the rocket scientists across the ocean. I'll show you those other ones in a moment, but I also got 2 more ideas. Let's see. Iron alloys. Okay. That's good. Paparmor? Oh, paper armor. Paper armor? What? Okay. Alright. Steel. That's a big deal. We need iron and charcoal, though. So the first thing, how much iron will we need? I definitely need to start stockpiling that. We need 30 iron. So, where is it? Here you are. We need 30 iron, and then charcoal as well. I'll need to go back into this element to reactivate that stuff. Anyway, what does paper armor do? Paper armor gives me nothing by itself, although it doesn't cost any resources, to start researching, so I might as well just do that. Shouldn't take very long. These 2 are still outside of my reach, but I got a lot of these technologies as well. I got running water, which does nothing. Longbow architects, which allowed me to build the next level of houses, and I have a bunch of those in my city. I got philosophy, which does nothing by itself, and I got concrete, which allows me to make cement, which is a very difficult to make resource. And I certainly hope I won't need very much of it in the future. And if I do need very much of it, well, that'll be a problem. Scale armor does nothing by itself. Cuirasses, because I need other technologies to be able to make those units. Sausages allows me to get next level butchers. Elephant riding allows me to ride elephants, but I don't have access to elephants, so that's just a pointless technology, but I have it now, so whatever. Cold Arch does nothing, Column does nothing. Anyway, steel is definitely what I want now. This one will take 50, this one will take 1,000 technology points, but that's fine, we have those available. I just need to get the iron and charcoal. Okay, good, do that. Great, that's a nice plan. I won't tell my vassals about that, though, for now. I'll wait till it's done researching. That won't be done for quite some time. Anyway, what I want to do is show you Endless Forest, because it's a fairly nice settlement, and I want to see what he's done. I won't show you Dragonia, mostly because this guy doesn't seem to be very developed. I just, well, oh sure, I can show it to you. Why not? So anyway, I'll skip ahead to once I've done that. I think I rambled a bit too long this time. Oh well. Let's see. Which button do I press to end recording? I forgot. Oh, this one. It's Endless Forest. Also, I noted that this guy, oh, what's his name? I forget the name of all my vassals. Frostnix. Frostnix was online, and he sent me some messages saying that he apologized and he was a bit too eager to explore the game. And I understand that. I was similar when I began playing as well. Anyway, he'll settle the tiles he needs to settle soon. This is Endless Forest. It, I think, was a bit too advanced for a new player to get, so it's sort of a lot for a new player to become accustomed to, but also it means he can sort of skip the tedious early stuff. He doesn't have enough stockpiles, as you can see, but that seems to be alright for him. He has access to obsidian, actually. Where is it? There it is. So he can make obsidian troops. So that'll also enable his military capabilities, and I'm pretty sure he intends to use them as well. I will show you what he's done already in a moment. Anyway, Endless Forest is called Endless Forest because of the trees, and well, I assume it's called that because of the trees. And he seems to be quite active. He has all three kinds of crops that can be grown in these tiles. I don't know if he's distributing the food, though. I don't think he is, but that's okay. He's learning, so I'll leave him alone. He has access to a lot of materials, though. This will be a very good settlement, I think, assuming that the player stays. It doesn't become one of those inactive players, which I've had to deal with so much. Anyway, he actually took this tile. If you remember, there was a city here that belonged to Urbim, and it was the copper mining city, which, as I learned from the Discord server, actually had been raided over and over and over by my vassals. My vassals were fighting wars without my knowing it. And apparently, Nolmen, which is, not Nolmen, this is, what's his name? The Scottish Dwarf. The Scottish Dwarf destroyed the settlement. He didn't just raid it, he obliterated it. And so I hope he plans on settling it soon. That's probably why he has some sows here, because that's kind of important. He needs that copper. Anyway, there's also Sempervivium. I won't show it to you because it's nothing too amazing at the moment. It needs more development. It's tiny farming settlement. But I will show you Dragonia just so it can be involved in the Grand Tour. Oh, okay, I'll show you Sempervivium too. I need to have the Grand Tour. I show everybody. Fine, fine. As I said, there's nothing too amazing here at the moment. The settlement fits in just a few houses. There's a lot of clay here, though. And also there is iron, which I think is why he settled this tile. Anyway, he's growing tomatoes here, and I think that's all. Oh, it has a hunting spot, too. I didn't even realize that. It's goats. Okay, cool. Also plenty of wood as well. And I think that's all. Yeah, that's it for now. So Sempervivium is nothing impressive, but it's a fine tile. It'll be something in the future, I think. And don't think I thought about Gebura. Gebura is Zach Prukowski's next settlement. It's just directly adjacent to his capital. Anyway, he wanted to farm some continental crops and also mine some copper. Anyway, the how many times do I say anyway? Someone should count. Actually, no one should count because that would be a very high number. He's made a large settlement here, and it has cows and wheat, and he has coal and copper and limestone. Wood, not bad. He said he wanted some carrots and apples, but no one delivered them. I thought he would. Okay, maybe I'll deliver those. Anyway, that's it. And then next we will go to Dragonia, the capital of my most recent acquisition, my most recent vassal, who I don't think has built anything. Or maybe this stuff was delivered in Loinsburg, which is the new name of Pigtown, perhaps. Anyway, I'll be back. And here's Dragonia. Nothing too impressive at the moment because it was just settled. But there's also this other formation here, this Chiefdom of Kalem from some guy called Draelk. I mean, he's a big, stupid doo-doo head. This tile has only figs, I believe. Oh, it has tomatoes too. I didn't realize that. Okay, it has figs and tomatoes. So it's not a bad place to start, I guess. It also has plenty of water, which he'll need because he doesn't have access to wells. But he'll need a hunting spot. Oh well. Anyway, he's fine. He can do stuff. He can advance. He'll be all right. Oh, he has no leather. Yeah, he'll need a hunting spot. Like I told him. Oh well. He'll be fine. Although he could actually kill this, because this actually is inactive. Draelk spawned as these guys, and then he switched to his current settlement, so these guys are just doing nothing. Although they also could be free defense. They're giving 27 military score. Not a lot, but it's something, although they have a lot of stuff, too. They have corn? Oh, how they get corn? How'd they get battle axes? Well, whatever. Anyway, we'll come back to that later. What I've decided I'll do is I will research this steel technology, but I won't tell anybody. Shh, it's a secret. It's just a secret between me and you, entire internet. So make sure you don't tell anyone. And once I have steel, then I'll be able to, well, make steel, obviously. But that will enable me to make pickaxes, which will enable me to upgrade my flour mills and sawmills and woodcutters too, but that doesn't really matter because I don't have access to enough wood for that. I also will need a lot more what's it called? Iron, lots of iron. So I'll probably need to sell another tile, and I've been looking at my resource map, and this one looks pretty good. This one has iron, obsidian, and fish. Let's see. This one also has iron, so I'll look at these two and determine which one has more iron. Because I definitely want to make another iron settlement. I could also make one here next to Außenfelde. Yes. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. I'm also building a theater in Außenfelde because I want to increase my culture even more. I realize that my culture can increase not only in Solburg, but also my other settlements. And because my other settlements also have some extra people now, because I'm exporting food to them, I can afford to make some of this fancy extra stuff. So I'll do that. But that'll take a while because I need my wood to make charcoal, and then I'll need wood to make planks, and I need a lot more wood. Anyway, I'll be worried about that. So the next time you see me, I'll have steel research. I'll probably begin research in about 4 or 5 hours, I guess. And then the research will be completed. Well, it needs 1,200. That'll take probably about, what is that, an hour and a half or so? So in about 6 or 7 hours, I should be done researching steel. Approximately, or something like that. I don't know. Never trust me to do math. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Well, it's the city, well, the to-be city of Eisenspitz. I made another city. It's not a city. I made another settlement on a mountain because it has copper and a little iron here and quite a lot of iron over here. And some obsidian too. I don't think I'll do much with that, but it's there. And also some farmland on which I am farming horses. Because Quethan made an interesting point that I have the technology to ride elephants, yet I can't ride horses. And I think probably that's because I haven't really done anything with horses since I got that horse victory point thing long ago. And so I think I will stockpile horses. And so I'll make this place into a horse production facility. However, production is very low at the moment. I'm only getting 0.3 from this settlement and 0.3 from Solburg, so 0.6 in total from all my settlements per cycle, and that will take a while. But anyway, this place is being developed slowly, and I also decided I would try doing the make a pretty settlement thing, so I made roads, but this is a pretty unimpressive settlement at the moment. But I started recording because, oh look, we got steel. And also, this thing's almost done, but steel allows us to make woodcutter 4, sawmill 4, steel mill 3. What's this? What, Donacoolda? What do you want from me? Yep. I just got steel, and I've already given it away. Alrighty. Anyway, what do I want to look at? What did I just unlock with this? With steel? I unlocked woodcutter 4. Right. So let's have a look at that. Ooh. Very nice. That's a very large catchment area. Very large. Cool. I'll build some of these later. Not right now, though. Let's see, what else? A steel mill produces steel by what does that say? Carburization of wrought iron through smithing. So requires stuff that I have and produces steel. I don't know what I'll need that for, but that's cool. I can make steel and I can make pickaxes. Those probably, I can make it tool makers. First though, I need to develop Eisenschmitz and get more iron. So I can't really do anything with steel at the moment. What else? Sawmill 4. Which one's that? This one. Okay, it's just a better sawmill. Alright. Very well. And the next level of house, right? No. Woodcutter 4, sawmill 4, steel mill 3. This one gives me houses, arch building. Okay. Anyway, I'll need to upgrade my stuff then, right? I need to upgrade my sawmill. My woodcutters don't need to be upgraded at the moment, but they can be soon. Oh, Eisenspitz has a different icon because it has those houses. Well, that's nifty. Anyway, also, Olivendorf popped, so I now need somebody else to go conquer it. It doesn't have a very big rebel army, so it should be pretty easy. I could have taken it, actually I got an event to either let it stay rebellious or to accept it back into the country, and of course I let it stay rebellious because I don't want it back. The whole point was trying to give it away. And so now it's free, somebody else can take it, and I assume someone will. Also, Shock took the -50 honor, so he'll be having problems soon. But overall, it's pretty okay, I think. I have a few more people waiting to go settle Eisenspitz, but Eisenspitz should be alright. It has high health because of its low population, and it has a high growth rate. I'll need to develop it more, but it's okay for now. Yeah, so anyway, I need to do some upgrades, and Donacoolda is finally back. I'm so glad he's back. Now he can make the military that he needed to make. And also, there's another guy over here, Eddard Stark, and I gave him lots of stuff. He just spawned a little while ago. And I hope he won't abandon the game like Baudrillard did, and like this guy did, and like that guy did, and like Porkamore did, and like Hermes did. Anyway, I'll be back once I've upgraded some stuff. Hello, 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 hey there everybody! So I've done some stuff, I've built some things. As you can see over here, I have these upgraded sawmills making many, many planks, which is good because I'll need lots of them. You'll also see I have a little bit of debt. This is because I, via the marketplace, was able to purchase things from the guy... Oh, interesting. White Rock is selling meat. Was able to buy a lot of planks and stone blocks from Gripe, I guess is how I'm supposed to say that. The guy who gave me all these technologies, And with that, I went on a huge building spree. I built these steel mills, and I've been told steel is super amazing and produces a lot of really efficient materials, and it's much better than iron, but I have 2 steel mills going, and they're not even producing enough to feed 1 pickaxe producer, so I'm a bit skeptical about it. Also, I have some vassals asking me for copper, which is a bit of an issue, although my recently founded settlement will eventually be a copper producing settlement. Right now it's not, but it's getting there. Anyway, I'm producing mini planks, and also I got the baths technology. I also got the arch building technology, which allows me to make this level 4 house, which has plus 34 life quality, plus 22 health. If we look at these houses, what's this? Oh, right, Eisenspitz. Yeah, I export some copper ore from Eisenspitz. Not much, though. Look at this one. Plus 20, plus 15, plus 34, plus 22. So it's a pretty huge difference. The issue is, though, that I can't directly upgrade these houses to the large house 4s. I first have to upgrade them to level 4 houses. And this requires many, many, many resources. And I use those many, many, many resources to build many level 4 houses, which are these. And not only are these built over here, I also was able to upgrade all of the houses over here. All of them are either level 3 large houses with plus 25, plus 17, or level 4 small houses with plus 28, plus 20. So that was a lot. Upgrading all of these. Each one required 1 saw, 2 planks, 2 bricks, 1 plaster. And so that's why I'm in so much debt. Also because I had to buy those materials. Anyway, Solburg will soon suffer a massive decline because you can see all these things these trade routes will soon be turned off because of the lack of control over Olievendorf, because no one has reconquered Olievendorf. It popped, it became rebellious, but no one wants it, even though it's free land. I'm frustrated. Anyway, I also deactivated one of my academia so that I could stop paying my philosophers, because these philosophers are now the only 10 instead of 10 of 20. There are fewer of them, and so their services are a higher value, and so I don't need to give them subsidies anymore. They can afford their own stuff, which is good for me, which also means I can tax them more too. I am producing more culture, and I don't think I will reach anything impressive anytime soon. Yeah. I really, in order to increase life quality, I need to build more houses. So many more houses. To do that, I need planks galore, I need plaster, I need saws, I need stone blocks. And I'm making saws, I'm making stone blocks, I'm also making axes, I'm making shovels, because I need to supply my vassals too, and build stuff in Eisenspitz. That's okay. I also have noticed I've turned off a lot of my farm. I deactivated them because I just don't need their stuff. I think it's because I have more efficient buildings now. For example, I was able to upgrade this mill to level 4, and it produces more flour for less wheat. And so I just don't need the wheat anymore, and so I can not worry about it. Same thing with apples. I've also deactivated a lot of and even deconstructed a lot of the mills, these cider mills, just because they were not making any profit. These ones are making a small profit, and that's better than nothing. Anyway, I will also make more stone blocks in Eisenspitz. Also, Eisenspitz has some wood, which I will export to Solburg as well. Anyway, getting plus 12 planks is excellent. Also, I will build the, where are they? I got baths, too, from that recent technology. I just need 3 more planks to make baths, and I know a perfect place to put them right over here next to the academia. They fit perfectly. It's just nice, right there, nice and snug. Or no, here, right here. And that will consume a lot of water, but it should also be a pretty big boon to my public health, which is always a problem. It's one of the reasons why the population won't increase, because the health of piglets is low. So I'm happy about that. I'm also producing bricks, plus 5.4 per cycle. That seems fine. It's a little low. I'd like to produce plus 10 per cycle, plus 10 of everything per cycle, but that's That's pretty ridiculous. Also, my limestone imports will be pretty massively decreased too once those trade routes break. But oh well, I won't worry about that right now. I don't think there's anything else to report at the moment. Things are just sort of coming along. I'll also show you Eisenspitz. It looks pretty good too. And here is Eisenspitz. I have built quite a few things here. I have a doctor, and I made a wash house. The public health here is actually 45. That's really good. So the population increase should be quite steady as well. I have 2 mini houses, which again is good. That means that I have room for expansion. I also have been using the terrain height modifier tool, which is this. I can do this to increase or decrease the height of terrain. And this I have used to great effect over here. Oh, actually, this tile's not done. You can see this little... oh, yes, I also lowered the recording quality. Oh, hey, it just finished. I lowered the recording quality so that there would be less lag, which has worked, but it also means the game looks blurrier on your end, but oh well. Anyway, I did that because I needed to level this area so I could mine these last bits of iron. Now, of course, I will need many, many, many workers. The population will need to be much larger to be able to accommodate these miners. You can see I have these 5 iron-producing tiles that are not producing anything. But if I build stuff on this little area that I've cleared now, so that's a bit difficult. Here, I know what I can do. I can mark this with a dirt road. And now we can see in the T mode that there is, this. That's what I want to do. Build in that area. It's blocked because this is a mountain, so this building is somewhat difficult, but I think I can do it. So build a mining camp right here. There. Aha! Good. Perfect. That's what I wanted. And then remove these 2. Okay, good. And so now it should not be blocking any of the tiles. It's a bit difficult to see though, but I think it's not blocking any iron tiles, so I'm getting maximum iron output, or at least I would be getting maximum iron output if, of course, I had workers, but I don't. But that's okay. It's coming along. Although this place doesn't have any food other than the meat imports, which are admittedly rather low at the moment. Only 3.8, that'll need to change soon. I also have not produced any horses, despite having plus 0.3 for quite a little while. I am producing some copper, but not a lot, but that's okay, whatever. This export will be interrupted and I don't care. I also am producing some wood. Not much wood, but a little bit. Plus 0.7 here with these higher level woodcutters, and plus 0.5 here. I'll keep that. Oh, and I also have some over here as well. I didn't even realize that. I'll turn this one off for now. Actually, no, I'll keep it on. Because I want people to become active while I'm sleeping. Anyway, I also want to mine this obsidian and make some obsidian weapons to export to my vassals. I want to mine this iron. So this Eisenspitz needs a lot more people, which means it needs a lot more horses to expand its production capabilities, whatever. Anyway, it needs to develop a lot more, but it will be an excellent, nice, big settlement. I plan to make this platform, this plateau, this area over here, nice, a big city. It'll be good. It'll be great, but that'll take some time. Anyway, I believe that's all. I can show you the world map, although there's not much to see. A few things have changed, though. I removed this guy from the game because he left my Discord server. So I assume he just quit. He's inactive, so I kicked him out of the server. Or, yeah, he left the server. I kicked him out of the nation. I just gave him independence, and now he's there alone. Also, this guy spawned here. It's difficult to read. Eddard Stark spawned here, and I did the same thing I did for everybody. I gave him lots of technology and a little bit of money, and I said, hello, I'll give you a map of the area. You're welcome to join my Discord server, that sort of thing. I won't make him join my nation. Well, I can't make anybody do anything. I won't invite him to join the nation because he's just too distant. there's no way we could get a positive amount of state power from him. Oh yes, I also gave independence to this guy, Frostnix, because he just left the game. He just quit unceremoniously, and he left the Discord server and didn't say anything. Very frustrating. Oh well, whatever. And I believe this guy is still around though. This Grey Tusk guy. No, this is the Scottish Dwarf. The Scottish Dwarf. Yes, he's there too. This is the problem though, that a lot of my vassals are just so inactive. It's frustrating. Also, Tam had a population that was far too high. He doesn't have bronze working yet, so he has no scribes, he has no government buildings, and so his population was much higher than he could afford to manage, and so his waste was extremely high, and so he was losing 300 or something coins in income. He had a massively negative income, and he had very low state power, very low administration. And I kept asking him what's the problem. He kept sending me screenshots, and eventually I learned, oh, your population is twice what you can support. That's the issue. Just let them die. Stop giving them food. That'll solve your issue. And so that's what he's doing. He also needs copper. There's copper here, but he can't get it because he has no state power. Anyway, that'll solve his problem, and I think everything will be okay for him. I also did reduce his taxes as well. I believe he's a Landgrave? No, he's a Burgrave. Burgrave, he was paying 20%, now he's paying 15%, whatever. That filters up to me as well. That means Hermes gets fewer taxes, which means Donakulda gets fewer taxes, which means I get fewer taxes, but whatever. It's okay. My state power is low because of my debt, but my state power is becoming better all the time, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, I won't be back for a while. Oh, also, Solburg's population keeps fluctuating like that too. I don't know what the problem is, whatever. I'll be back once I've built some more stuff, and there is much more building to do, so I won't be back for a while. I can also probably stop producing pickaxes. I don't really need them very much, although I probably will be able to. I should probably keep a stockpile of them. Anyway, I'll be back later. A bit has happened since you last saw things. Eisenspitz and Solburg have been upgraded a bit. Solburg, I guess they're both correct, has a problem of needing more bricks and saws and planks. Planks are an extremely important commodity, as are bricks. I need just so many of them, and they're being developed, but it's taking time. I also need more stone blocks, but I purchased a lot of those, and I don't need those nearly as much as the other things. I also need a lot of saws. I'm also producing more steel. I'm producing 0.6. That'll increase quite a bit too. I'm building some more steel mills right now. And I also will eventually replace my archers with longbowmen, and then I can utilize those resources that I'm using for producing weapons for producing other things instead. What else? Oh yes, I built that bathhouse. I'll show you Solburg in a moment. Solburg also has a very large population increase because I just moved a lot of people. Because the trade routes with Olivendorf broke, I moved many people from Solburg who would have starved to Eisenspitz. This means that Solburg actually was at a population deficit, and so it didn't really suffer as much from the lack of goods as it could have. However, the big problem is the lack of olives. Those were increasing life quality by a lot. I was at around 52, I think 53 life quality, and so I could have possibly reached the 57 if someone had taken Olivendorf, but no one did. And so now I'm just sort of stuck. And honestly, I'm thinking I should not have given the military supplies to Donakulda. I should have made the National Army, because Donakulda has shown that he just can't be relied upon to do that. All he's needed to do is make the army. So go to this screen, click New Formation, click OK, and then go to the Melee Units tab, and then click on whatever. Oh, I can build more units. Cool. Anyway, click on these units, and then build however many, and then click Recruit. That's all he needs to do, and he won't do it. And so he's teaching me not to trust him. Oh well. Still can't make any horse riding units. Yeah, these earlier ones are not as good. Axe pickers are okay. Interesting. Anyway, hopefully he'll eventually come online again. Anyway, now I'll show you Eisenspitz. So, Eisenspitz is coming along. It has more horse farms, although wood is a bit of a precious commodity at the moment, and my capital is using all the wood that it's getting in order to make more planks. So I need to harvest more wood from this place, and I will. I'm also working on copper. I still need more people, though. I only have one extra person at the moment. I also need to produce more horses, and I also need more wood so I can make more of these horse pastures. Those require wood. But overall, things are going pretty well in Eisenspitz. I also would like to make some stone block production here as well, but that's not a huge concern. Anyway, at the moment, I am mostly just waiting on building supplies. Although I kind of like that, though, that I'm not just waiting on nothing at all. I actually have a goal now. I can build stuff. That's pretty cool. Anyway, Eisenspitz isn't looking so impressive at the moment. Also, these houses require wood, and I could build these level 4 houses, but I don't want to do that because I want to focus on building those in my capital. So, Eisenspitz, I think, might just not get any more houses for a while. Oh well, whatever. That's fine. It has a doctor and a bath, a wash house, so it should suffice. It should have enough infrastructure to produce, to support quite a large number of people. It doesn't have much food, though, which is a bit of an issue, but eventually I'll be able to produce food. Wow. A lot of stuff. But unfortunately, the lack of wood is a real concern. And here is my construction. I've upgraded almost all these level 3 houses. However, these last few will take a very long time because the brick production is low and I need so many more bricks. However, these houses are done and I upgraded all of these last night. I also built this public baths building, which provides the bath resource, which is super great. It helps increase public health, although it's apparently very expensive, and this guy is losing a lot of money because he has to get coke, I guess, to heat the water. And I tried making this a state resource, but it didn't actually help. His income never increased, or there, I guess, 2 people. The income never increased. They just stayed at minus 13, but I lost a lot of money. So I decided these guys will just stay poor. There are only 2 of them, whatever. They're also traders, and the traders are the richest people in their state, so whatever. Their wealth will be equalized with their wealth, and they'll make a lot of money. Also, I got a lot of extra people because I turned off all of these merchants and all these buildings, the olive presses, that were involved with tomatoes, figs, and olives, because I don't have those anymore, because my vassals just can't be bothered to actually regain the territory that we lost and get free land. Whatever. Anyway, I need to build another one of these before I forget. 6 minutes on that. And we also have more of these things. We have more steel mills, and they're using copper? No, don't do that. We need to smelt more iron. Oh, no, tin. We need to smelt tin. There. Good. So smelting all of these things that we were getting. Very good. And I also need to build probably a 7th smelter, foundry, as well, once I import more iron and copper. But at the moment, this is sufficient. I think they're all working at maximum efficiency. No, this one needs a lot more copper. Oh. Where's my copper guy? He needs more copper. Okay, right, so import more copper. That'll fix that problem. We're losing a lot of apples. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll just turn on one of the apple farms again. There's that. In the meantime, I guess I'll turn off this steel mill because we'll need to redistribute the population. Oh yeah, I also built some more houses over here. Oh wait, I already showed that last time. Yeah, that's right. I had to build more wells as well because the bathhouse consumes a lot of water. Although I think I've made too many wells, I can just go turn one off. to deactivate one to get a worker back and have that worker go do something useful. Anyway, that's why I'm using more apples, because I reactivated this cider mill. Ah, yes, right. And it's still 50%. Okay, yeah, so I still need to leave this deactivated. Right. Okay, anyway, that's it for Solburg. I just need to get more bricks and get more planks and build more stuff, and that'll just take time. So in a few days, oh yeah, I also deleted these farms to make more space. So in a few days, I'll be back, and I'll have more buildings. The last time I recorded, I expressed some annoyance about how my vassals were not trading so much and were relatively inactive, and I was annoyed by this. But I've thought about it, and I think I'll probably remove that from the video in the editing process, because I don't think that was really very constructive. I mostly just didn't move the camera and talk for about 6 or 7 minutes about how I was annoyed at my vassals. So that's not very interesting, and I won't include that. However, things have happened. I forget how many days have passed since I last recorded. Something like 2 days have passed, and I have some more technologies. I got Warhammer, which makes me make Warhammers, but I can't make any Warhammer using troops, so it's useless. However, I got Cavaliers, which I think is supposed to mean saddle. Anyway, I got that because I am a horse-riding civilization now. The Eisenspitz is producing 1.2 horses. I'm butchering one of the horses for meat, and that's producing a lot of meat, so Eisenspitz's population is increasing quite a lot. And Solburg has also had quite a lot of expansion as well. I am stockpiling shovels, wood, and bricks, because I need those to make level 3 small houses. And I want to fill all of my settlements with level 3 small houses. I don't need to expand food production at all. All I have to do is just build those houses, and those houses are relatively cheap for me. Relatively. My bronze now is only used for shovels, because I'm making the rest of my tools out of steel or iron. Unfortunately, I am not able to use quite a lot of steel, because every steel mill requires 3 workers and only produces 0.3 steel. So 3 steel mills are necessary for 0.9 steel, let's call that 1. 3 steel mills are necessary for 1 steel per cycle, and that's 9 workers. And I'll need something like 5 or 6 steel to produce all my tools. So that's, 45 workers? That's an enormous amount of workers. And so I don't think I'll ever make all of my stuff out of steel. I'll make some steel, and the steel production will mostly be for the higher end tools. And the lower stuff I'll keep using bronze for, because it's just so much more abundant. Anyway, I also am stockpiling some resources to get to my vassals. I also, however, was given the military resources by Donakulda. After some time, he finally gave me the resources I requested, and now I'm using them to build an army, which is why another reason I'm recording now. This is Solburg's sword. Now, it was 30 swordsmen last time you saw it. Now it's 2, 4, 6, 65 swordsmen, and it's about to be that many swordsmen plus 7. I'll show you the very exciting recruitment process. I just banned these guys here, and the game crashes. Oh, no, it didn't crash. And then I have 7 extra guys in Solburg, and then I just increase this by 7. Like that. That was supposed to cost me a lot of money, and it didn't. I don't understand why, but whatever. And now these guys are waiting, and I scrounged all of my settlements for as many people as I could get. And so these extra 42 people have come from all of my settlements. I got a couple from Zinnfeld, and I got a couple from Kupferhügel, and from Tongrüber. That's why they all have this large positive growth, because I removed some of the population. Also because I built houses. I haven't built enough houses for those to really be worth showing you. These really haven't changed much since you last saw them, but I will show you Solburg, because Solburg looks a little different now. Here Solburg is. This is what I wanted to show you, that I've upgraded these cattle farms, again, they're not cattle, I've upgraded these livestock farms to level 4, which means I could consolidate them even more. I've removed 2 of them. And this one I've turned off, but I've left it active because I plan to make some more cattle areas here. I say cattle, livestock areas here. I removed the fields here because they were attached to these farms I always have deactivated anyway. So I didn't really feel too many compunctions about that. I also upgraded my butchers, and which means I'm now producing an excess of sheep. It slightly reduced my meat production, not by much, but by a very small amount. And that helps me then with my, actually I can remove this butcher probably. No, I'll keep it. And that helps me consolidate my workers and mean I can use those workers elsewhere. I expanded my industries recently, but then I shrunk them again because I took most of the workers away to be in the army. So some of my steel mills are offline, a lot of my workers are not working well enough, but I'm producing a lot of saws, and I'll need saws to upgrade all of these houses. I did some calculations. I want to upgrade them all to level 4 large houses. You can see the resource requirement there. It's something like 800 stone blocks, 800 planks, 600 plaster, something like that. So I'll need a lot of this stuff, a lot. I'm letting my wood stockpile though, because I also need wood for, like I said, the level 3 small houses, which are, I think, pretty ideal. What else? I upgraded my mills as well, my flour mills. So now I'm producing enough flour. There's flour. Producing enough flour to feed 2 bakeries. Unfortunately, the bakeries can only use charcoal, so I have to switch one of my kilns to charcoal every once in a while, so the bakeries can keep going. But that's reduced the price of bread by quite a lot, which means that more people can afford it. Tam also has sold me olives every once in a while. I've decided that that's very ineffective, but I'll keep doing it for now. He also wants to sell me tomatoes, but the price was set too high. Oh no, now it's fine. But unfortunately, I'm a little low on storage space at the moment, and I also don't have any workers to distribute the food anyway, so I won't worry about that. I do like the olives, though. I've also decided that just distributing the food is not efficient. You can see that the figs here, 12 are being distributed per cycle, but only 9.3 are actually being sold. So some are being wasted. However, the olives aren't being wasted at all, because the olives aren't being distributed to the population, they're being used by industries. And the product of the industries then are being sold to the population. And none of that is sold because it's olive oil and it's very rare. So that's just good for me. Oh, what else has happened in Solburg? I built another mill right there. We have the stockpiles. I expanded the stockpiles a little bit, just so I could have more room for all the military supplies. I keep worrying that I don't have enough stockpile space. Stockpiles just look so full, but I think they're actually not so full. The stuff is being used right now anyway. Oh, what else? I finished upgrading all the houses, so there are no level 3 houses anywhere in Solburg, unless I missed some somewhere, which could be the case. The baths are still not making any money, they never will. What else? I think that's everything, really. Oh yeah, I built another scribe, and I have some more weapon makers as well. They're making padded armor for the swordsmen. Other than that, things are pretty slow in Solburg because it just removed so much of the population to be in the army. Yeah, this is rather chaotic. I should organize it more effectively, but I don't have a lot of space and I don't really care enough. Yeah, whatever. Also, I'm not using this extra foundry I made because I needed those people in the army. So I've turned off some of the foundries, but oh well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that's about it. My waste is pretty low. It's only 50, and it doesn't seem to go down much more than that. And now I just have to wait for population. And so I'll be offline while I sleep, and when I come back, I'll have a lot more money. And then I'll be able to pay my vassals. I owe them a lot of money because they help me with various things. And also, oh yes, that's right. Guess who's number 1? I'm number 1. Woo! Well, actually, I'm even in victory points, but I have 10,000 more normal points. So That's why I get into first place. So cool. The thing that I didn't think would happen happened. Interesting. Anyway, I still think these victory conditions are pretty out of reach. This just takes so long. I don't know how many weeks have passed since this victory condition appeared, but 44,400 seems to be an enormously difficult to reach number. And I would not be surprised if the other large active player here, Swinea, were to actually surpass me in culture and get that victory condition before I do. Also, this one seems impossible because I just can't get a stable source of those other food sources. Once I get my olives and figs and things back, then I'll be able to have a big boost to my life quality and perhaps be able to get that victory condition. Anyway, at the moment though, my army needs to increase its action points, and then eventually I will send it to Olivendorf to finally get the place back. I could send it now, but I prefer to wait until it has enough units, because as soon as I send it, I'll need to make it a national army here. A regular army is only controlled by me. A national army is controlled by everyone. And I don't want to make it a national army because I don't want everybody to be fighting over this one army, trying to send it wherever they want to do their various misdeeds. So I'll keep it in Solburg for now, and then eventually I'll send it out. I also never made those longbowmen because I just need them in other military capabilities. Oh well, anyway, that's what I'll be doing, and when I come back, I'll probably have the big military that will be ready to go take Olivendorf. Very useful! Success! So, I have been busy, as you can see, building. Each of these houses requires a shovel, 2 bricks, 2 wood. However, you can see the houses I want to build require none of those materials. So, I have been able to have 2 different sets of materials for both kinds of houses so they don't overlap, and it's quite nice. Which means I've been able to do a lot of building. This is Tongrube, and I need more people here to operate more clay diggers so I can export more clay to my vassals. And also so I can operate all of the woodcutters, which at the moment are all disabled, like this one, because I'm just busy doing other things. I also built a theater here in order to improve culture production, and culture production has increased quite a lot. And the housing really helps improve population. And so I just demolished a lot of slums, which is why a lot of them are being rebuilt now. And this forced people to move into these houses, which I have rather deliberately not correctly organized, just to make it seem like it's more chaotic, not in nice, neat squares, because I think an Iron Age town wouldn't really look like that. Anyway, that's happening now. There are also these older houses which require materials I don't have anymore. Oh. Okay. Apparently I have a mud left over. Anyway, I need a few more resources to upgrade these houses, but I'm not worried about it. First, I want to make sure there are enough of these normal houses for all of the people. Anyway, that'll improve the population numbers by quite a lot. And, most excitingly, Solburg's sword is now very big, very strong. And I believe it can even have a few more guys. No, I'm out of swords. Am I out of spears? I'm out of helmets. Oh, I see. Okay. So anyway, I can probably turn off military production now. I don't really need it anymore. And I've also disabled a lot of my steel production. Also, of course, all of these guys are from my cities. This is, how many units is this? This is 124 guys. That's a lot. So the working population of Eisenspitz is 48. So 124 is more than some of my settlements, especially the smaller ones. Oh yeah, Tongrube looks different on the map now too. Very nice. Anyway, now that this army is done, this is why I've started recording, I will finally switch it to a national army, which has worked, and now all of my marshals have control of it, but I only have a few marshals. I, of course, am a marshal. Also, Donakulda is a marshal, a margrave. Anybody I trust to be a margrave gets to be a marshal. A margrave, being the highest rank a vassal can achieve, is marshal material. I also gave it to Fallen and Draelk. because I trust them with the army. I don't trust anybody else with the army because a lot of them are noobs, and the ones that aren't noobs, I still don't trust. So I also don't want a lot of people. Yeah, I don't want a lot of people trying to fight over the same army. Anyway, I will sneeze. I think I'll not cut that out of the video just because I think it's funny. And now we'll send 2,815 guys down to Olivendorf to do some battling. Luckily, there are no supply lines or anything for armies, so they can just march away without problem. Okay, and we'll approach Olivendorf. And we won't fight them. We can raid them, invade them, battle. I'm not sure what the difference is. Anyway, never mind. We don't have enough action points. We'll get 5 per hour, which means we need to wait, what? About 3 hours? I thought I'd be fighting. Okay, well, I guess I'll wait 3 hours. Unless I encamped and went down to 52, which would improve production up to +9 per hour. Just a moment. So I have 63, so I need 75. So that I need 12 action points. I need to wait 2 hours with this, but then if I went down to 9, yes, encamping would be slower. So I'll just leave the army in Slutty Sal for now, and when it's ready to attack Olivendorf, I'll do that. And then I'll keep the army there to kill any ne'er-do-wells, and then I'll move the army to Urbem. So this will be very exciting. Nice, big army. Anyway, I also have been working on Eisenspitz, although not very much, because I've been using all the extra people to be in the army, but now I've stopped doing that, and so I can return the people to their other occupations. Same thing with Solburg. Solburg has had a lot of problems recently because I've messed with its industries so that people can be in the army, but now that'll start to recover as the population goes back up and the population equalizes. It has too many women, I believe. There are 392 women versus 369 men. There's a bit of a disproportionate number there because of the recruitment in the army. Anyway, that'll be fixed soon. And I also am building more houses and stuff in all of my settlements. And things are going really well. No more technologies, but that's okay. I don't need them right now. I'm busy making buildings. That's going pretty well as well. I'm producing 5 shovels per cycle, 5 bricks per cycle, 4.7 planks per cycle. So things are going really well. And I'm losing clay. Why is that? Oh yes, because I'm producing charcoal. That's right. Yeah, I have to do that every once in a while. Anyway, I'll be back once I will be ready to attack Olivendorf. 4 hours later, with enough action points, I need the 85 action points. We're here. We're recording. We're fighting. We're doing a thing. I'm recording. Yes, I haven't forgotten to press the button. Okay, so the rebels still hold some of these towers. I don't know if that matters though, because they're not defending the towers. Here they are. They're just sort of standing around. I don't know where my army is. I hope it doesn't have to cross this river because that takes a long time. Because I don't want to miss it. Wait a minute. Something's not right here. That's what I thought. That's not good. Well... yeah, this is clearly pretty buggy. Also, why is this recording so good? Normally these recordings are pretty laggy. This one's not. Why? Oh, because it's not simulating anything. Right, the simulation is paused during battles. That's why this is so fast. Okay, so anyway, we have these axe pigs charging in first, with some swords pigs behind them. and this should just be a slaughter. We should get them pretty quickly, because they're using regular warriors and we have spearmen and axemen, and that's it. We killed them all. Okay. Oh, but they're the towers. Ah, my own defenses might be the demise of my enormous army. Because even though I have 2,800 troops, oh no, never mind. The towers are being destroyed pretty quickly. Okay, good. I didn't really know how towers can be destroyed. Apparently they just have hit points and can be killed with normal attacks like anything else. Yeah, rivers are still really buggy, as you can see. These guys are not working properly. I can't quite tell how many casualties we took, though. They'll keep stabbing the rest of that. I see one dead guy of mine there. Two? I can't quite tell. Anyway, after this tower is destroyed, we'll be done. Good thing I didn't build a fort here. That would have been a really bad idea. Hopefully, I won't lose any troops due to bugs or anything. I said I would leave warfare to my vassals, but they're not doing any warfare, so I have to do it myself. Yeah, that's a bug. That's not supposed to happen. I don't know. Is it? Oh, it's done. We win. That's it, right? We're done. I clicked the invade button, so we should be invading Lievendorf. Eliminate all enemies. Okay, so we've eliminated all enemies and defenses of the territory. Destroyed the towers. There should be nothing remaining. We win, right? Where's the rest of my army? There are their encampments in the water. Ugh. This is buggy. I don't know. It should be over now. Anyway, that's a battle. This is why I left battles to my vassals, because they don't really work properly. I can't control anything either. Oh! Addercap is back online. What? Whoa, what? Okay, anyway, I'll stop looking at it. I found that every battle is Schrödinger's battle, and that if you look at it, it both exists and doesn't exist, and can be very buggy, so I should probably not have watched that, but I wanted to record it to show you the battles. Anyway, that's it. They'll finish fighting, and then we'll get Lievendorf back. I wanted to get that recapture on screen, but doesn't seem to be happening. I don't know, this might be a bug in which my battle cannot be ended until the server resets tomorrow. It's also possible. I don't know. Anyway, I also built many more houses in Tongrube, and its population is increasing by quite a lot too. 16 there, and Kupferhögel has some more houses too, plus 4, and Simfeld has no houses, but it has some extra amenities. Oh, we got it! Invasion of Lievendorf. We got it, okay. So, we launched they defended it with 49 soldiers, okay. We lost, these numbers are difficult to see. I lost 17, killed 52, we lost 8 of our axe pigs. I see, the javelin towers killed a lot of stuff. Okay, so I know towers are good. Yeah, these guys barely got any kills. Okay, so that's that. We have a Lievendorf. It's now this army's... Oh wow, they lost 400 strength just from that one battle. Okay, still need to go back to Solburg and recuperate. But anyway, we got a Lievendorf, which is very unhappy now. It has lots of cultures in it, but whatever. There's 48 available jobs. What is it producing? I'll need to reestablish trade routes too. Anyway, that'll be done later.